Hello boxing fans, right now I'm talking about Josesito Lopez versus Saul Alvarez. Okay, first of all, this fight is pretty much 95% worthless. You know, it's one of the biggest mismatches I have ever witnessed in world title boxing. I'm going to start off with the champion, Saul Alvarez. He has a record of 40 wins, 29 by way of knockout, to a single draw early in his career, still undefeated. He is a natural hitter, but instead of looking for the stoppages, he goes out just boxing and the stoppages come to him. They come naturally, which makes him a very dangerous opponent for any person in the world. His opponent, and this is Josesito Lopez, is a natural 140-pound fighter. He's the opponent because the last two opponents, or three sorry, have had to drop out. The first one dropped out because his wallet fell out of his ass. The second one was injured, unfortunately, and he's had to retire due to that. And then, latest of all, Ortiz got his jaw broke by Josesito Lopez in the 147-pound bout. Just normally they decided, we'll give it to Josesito Lopez, as he did beat the guy who was going to be fighting Saul. So, credit where it's due, he came through a very tough fight. He was losing that fight when Ortiz pulled out, but still, he's a very game fighter in almost all of his matches. He possesses good skills, he's got good survival ability, and he also has the ability to take the attack to his opponent, and he can hold up on the inside. In almost all of his fights, he has been very competitive. Even the fights that he's lost, the decisions, 3 of which have been majority decisions or split decisions, which usually means that in another night, another venue, he would have won at least 2. However, this is a monumental step up from what he's just been facing. Looking more closely at Josesito Lopez, in his last 3 fights he has gone from 140 pounds until his next fight, which will be at 154 pounds. All of this in a year, and I think this is going to be the downfall of him. Unfortunately, it's going to be very hard for Josesito to put any of this weight on sustainably. You see, he struggled to make the weight limit for the Ortiz fight, and he had a lot longer time for that one as well. So in this case it looks like he's not going to be able to put the weight on. However, he couldn't say no, I don't want to take this fight, because he is fighting one of the best pound for pound prospects in the world today. No matter what happens, unless he gets absolutely hospitalised by his opponent, I think his career goes from strength to strength from this fight. If I look at the advantages, I don't really need to, but I'll just quickly go through them. Power, we know, is with Canelo. Speed is with Josesito Lopez, unless the weight he puts on basically slows him down. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only one he's got. Movements with Canelo, chin is with Canelo, boxing ability is with Canelo. Basically, Lopez is getting set up in this fight to lose. He's going in to lose. And for that reason, I think, if I was Josesito Lopez, I'll just look to the future. He's got to look at this realistically and think he can't actually win this fight. But, if I was him, I would just try and make 150 pounds on the night. Put the weight on in as many places as I can where it would be as useful as possible, as in the legs, the shoulders. I have to go to the weigh-in in my jeans, possibly keep my keys in my pockets, my phone's in my pocket. Even if I don't make weight, they're not going to call a fight off, are they? They've tried so hard to keep it on. They're not going to just call it off. Go into the ring, get the result, whatever it's going to be, probably a knockout loss, and then go back down to 147 pounds. Try and get a fight with Khan. Maybe a rematch with Vargas is a good fight for him, or maybe a fight with Devon Alexander. Those are what I'll be looking at. This fight's a write-off. The results are already in. The only thing you can do is just bet on it. If I was Lopez, I'd just be saying, I'll take a dive in one of the rounds to tell my friends which round I'm going to go down in, and then just make them put money on it. So for this match, I'm going to go with Alvarez by KO in the middle rounds. That's where I'm placing all my money to, the middle rounds, from rounds 5, 6 and 7. I don't even want to put it on 8. I don't think it's going to go 8.